In today's class, we are going to be looking at conditional formatting. Conditional formatting and how can we carry out conditional formatting with Microsoft Excel. So first of all, what is conditional formatting? Conditional formatting in Excel is a powerful feature that allows us to format cells based on a specified conditions or criteria. It is so powerful that we can do all sorts of things. It enables us to visually highlight and emphasize certain data points, making it easier to analyze and interpret the information in our words within our table. And we have different types of conditional formatting. We have different types of conditional formatting, which are: we can highlight cell rules. We can highlight cell rules. Right. We can highlight cell rules, applying formatting to cells that meet certain conditions, such as greater than, less than, between, equal to, and etc. Where can we find this conditional formatting? To find this conditional formatting, all we need to do is to come to your words, come to your home tab here, and on the home tab, when you get the home tab, the Excel ribbon here, in the styles group, that's where you can find your words conditional formatting. As you can see, you can easily spot trends and patterns in your data using colors and icons to visually highlight important values. So when you drop down, it's a drop down actually, you can see the words, the different types of conditional formatting that we can apply. We have the highlight cell rules, we have the top bottom rules, we have the data bars, color scales, and we have sets, and we can also create our own rule. We can also create our own rule as well. Suppose in this our table here, suppose we want to highlight revenue that are above 20,000. Suppose we want to highlight revenue that are above 20,000. All we need to do Hey, Shibam Dele, how are you? Good afternoon. You are welcome. So, before you joined me, I said what we are going to be doing today is conditional formatting, and you can find yes, conditional formatting. So we'll be looking at all the different types of conditional formatting, and what conditional formatting does is that it is a powerful feature that allows us to format cells based on specified conditions or criteria. It enables you to visually highlight and emphasize certain data points using different formatting method, such as words, data bars, colors, icons, So, and where can you find this conditional formatting? You can find it in the Home tab under the styles group. That is where you can find it. As you can see here, here's the conditional formatting. Here we have different type of conditional formatting, and in each of these they have their own sub formatting. So we have the highlight cell rules, and what highlight cell rules does is it allows us to apply formatting to cells that meet certain conditions, such as greater than, less than. As you can see, we have them listed here: greater than, less than, between, equal to, a date occurring, and the likes. And here we also have the top bottom rules. What top bottom rule does is we can format cells that are in the top or bottom percentage or number of values within a range. While the data bars, what the data bars does is it displays gradient or solid fill bars within cells to visually represent the relative values in the range. While the icons case, this is one of the most widely used conditional formatting method in Microsoft Excel. The icons case assigns different colors. As you can see here, it assigns different colors to cells based on their values to create a color gradient scale. So we have different type of icon sets that we can pick from. We have the directional, we have the shapes, we have the indicators, we have the ratings. Also, we can, if the rules we want to use is not readily available, we can use our words. We can create a custom rules using new rules, right? And what it does is it helps us to define custom conditions using Excel formulas to format cells according to specific criteria. So these are the options you have when you want to carry out conditional formatting. Now let's suppose that we want to highlight revenues that are greater than, that are above let's say 20,000, right? We want to highlight revenue that are above 20,000. How do we do it? All you need to do is in your revenue here, column here, all you need to do is Control Shift down arrow key to highlight the whole cell, then come to conditional formatting and go to highlight cell rules. Highlight cell rules. Then from the highlight cell rules, all we need to do is we are going to pick the format cells that are greater than. We will use greater than. We will use this. Then you have these dialog box. Then we are going to state what are we doing. We want to highlight cell rules. We want to highlight cells that are greater than 20,000. All we need to do is to say 20,000. We fill in there 20,000. Yes, we fill in our 20,000. Then it said with what? What this one does is we can give it a color. By default, it is going to come in what? In red by default, as you can see. So suppose that we want to say, we want it as what? As green. We want it as green and press OK. Can you see now that condition has been applied in these cells? The condition has been applied in this cell. So all these cells that meet this criteria, which is more than 20,000, has been highlighted. Now that we want to highlight cells that are those that are exactly 20,000. We want to highlight the cell that are exactly 20,000, as you can see from here. So we need to change it from what? From being a greater than to what? Equals to. Now, if we come to this conditional formatting, we don't have these what? Options here. We don't have these options that we can do. So all we can do is to say, let's say more rules. Okay. Let's come to conditional formatting, manage rules. Now, it is in this manage rules. When you come to this manage rules, we say what? We are going to edit. We will edit this. Now, our cell value will be what? We pick greater than or equal to. Greater than or equals to, then you press what? OK. You apply, I press OK. You notice that if I should zoom this, the cells with what? 20,000. And particular to be what? This selected. It's going to be what? Deselected. Now, let's say, okay, we have highlighted this with green background. Suppose we want to use what? Our own custom color. Instead of this green, we want to change it to our own custom color. For instance, let's say a light blue. To do this, all we need to do is to go to this our conditional formatting, come to what? Manage rules. You come to manage rules, then we have these rules. In editing the rule, hello? Okay. We edit the rule, and which of these are we going to use? We use the word, we go to format. It's in this format here. Then we can see when we get to format, we want to fill, right? We use the fill button, and let's pick color. Let's say this light blue here, right? And press OK and OK. Apply and OK. As you can see, it has been what? It has been changed to what? Our custom color. So this is how powerful Excel is. Now, if you go ahead and change any revenue like I did there, you will notice that it is no longer highlighted in what? In blue. Let's say this one, I change this one to 10,000. You will notice that it is what? It is no longer highlighted in blue, as our formula is what? Is regularly updating. So this is how powerful conditional formatting is. Now, let us go ahead. Suppose that we do not only want to highlight only these cells, we want to highlight the what? Rows that meet certain conditions. That meet a what? A certain condition. Let's say we want to highlight the cells greater than 20,000. We want to highlight the cells, including the rows, right? All the other rows that is greater than what? That the size is greater than 20,000. All we need to do here is to create a what? We have to create a goal. We create a goal. We create a goal, and we put it as 20,000 here. This is our goal. Now, let us erase these words, conditional formatting. Let us highlight and so that it will not affect whatever I want to do. You come to conditional formatting, you can we can clear rules from selected cells, clear rules from entire sheet. We want to clear rules from entire sheet because we want to do another rule condition which says we want to highlight cells that are greater than that are greater than 20,000 naira. Now, to do this, all we need to do is to highlight these old cells and go to conditional formatting. When we come to conditional formatting, we are going to use words. We are going to create a new rule. We want to create our own new rule. And the new rule says what? We want to select rows, cells that are greater than 20,000. So which of these options are we going to make use of? We will use what? We want to use a formula to determine which cells to format. We click this one. Then here you have this option that says what? Format values, where this formula is what? Is true. We say equals to what now? Equals to sorry, I'm coming. Let me go back. This new rule, and we say what? Use a formula to determine which cells to highlight. We'll now say, okay, let me bring this one here. We say equals to this cell, right? Is greater than what? This cell, the goal. Now, what we want to do, if you notice, we want this one to what? To copy down. Remember our cell referencing that we did the other time. So we will remove the words, the $sign in front of our words, of our row. We'll just leave the $sign in front of the words of the column, which is H, because we want it to what? To fill down. So we say, okay, let us, having done this, we say format. Let's use that light blue that we used the other time. This, okay. Now you press what? And you press okay. No, controls. Tap on incoming. Highlight. Yes. Go to conditional formatting, new rule. Then we want to use a formula, which is what? This which is this. I'll put 3 is greater than what? This, which is greater than this, and we will say, all right, I want to format, I want to use that light blue to fill. Okay, press okay. Can you see now? The whole what? The whole cells that met this condition has been what? Has been highlighted. So this is how powerful conditional formatting. If I go ahead and change this one, let's say I change this one to 5,000. What will happen? Can you see that it is going to deselect these words, the whole cells, because it is no longer meeting the words, the criteria. It is no longer meeting the words, the criteria. So this is what how powerful conditional formatting is. Now let us take it a bit further. let's say we want to highlight top 10 revenue values, right? We want to highlight the top 10. Now, let's clear all these rules here. Control A, go to conditional formatting, the selected cells. Good. Now, let's say I want to show us another powerful conditional formatting, which is date. Conditional formatting for date. Now, it is one of the most widely used, but a little bit complex. And how do we apply? Suppose that we need to pay our employees by what is it called? This specific dates, by a certain date, right? All we need to do is highlight this whole cell. We have our dates. Then you come to conditional formatting, and you said what? Highlight cell rules using what? A date occurring. A date occurring. Now, it is a date occurring. Suppose we want to pay them, or let's say we want to pay them next week. We want to pay our employees next week. You can just select any of these, and you can pick from this what's it called, fill in here. Let's say because it is red, yes. I press OK. What happened? Dates occurring next week. Where is it? What happened? Yeah. The date occurring. Okay. So suppose you are paying them, we want to pay our employee next, what is it called? This month. It has highlighted what? This month for us. This is a due date. We have some bills to pay. And then these are the, let me say, order, Control Z, and we want to use highlight a date occurring. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, last week, red. Okay. Okay, now what happened now is that this date is between 12 February 13, 2024, and so it doesn't have that roll-up calendar, so that is why it's not working. Now, what it does basically is that you can highlight your words, your date, based on certain words, condition, using a date occurring. A date occurring, this you see, depending on the dates you have in your words within your table. So let's say we have some next month. Do we have next month? We have some bills to pay next month, so we want to highlight it. Let me see. Yes, okay. Can you see next month is what? Is April. So it will highlight based on the word on a given date condition. So this is how you can apply conditional formatting in Excel. Let us go ahead. Any question? Any question? Are you there, Mr. Vandele? Hello? Yes. Sorry. Network is sorry. Right, let us continue. Now, conditional. Now, look at this table here. We want to suppose that we have this percentage change in this cell, in this column. So what if we want to apply our words? We want to add icons to these words, to this range. All we need to do is to highlight this and come to conditional formatting and come to what? Highlight what? This icon set here. In the icon set, we can use any of these. Let's say we want to pick from these 3 triangles. Let's say we pick from these 3 triangles here. Now, if you notice something, that even the negative what? The positive value, like 18.3, 10.3, 10.2, are still being what? Not properly highlighted. It looks almost okay, but taking a look closer at the data, it is not looking okay. Some values are what? Positive, but they are still showing what? Even as red or yellow icons. Look at this now, it's showing yellow instead of green. So to change this, to correct this, all we need to do is to what? Come to conditional formatting, and then we go to manage rules. We come to manage rules here. This is where we are going to alter what has been earlier done. We now use this edit rule. Now, using this edit rules, you see this value now. We say, okay, when the value is greater than 0, when it's greater than what? 0. When it's greater than 0, then we should be what? We should have it in form of what? Number. Then here we say when it is greater than or equals to 0, we are going to format it when it's greater than or equals to what? Equals to 0. Then we will change this one to what? To number as well. So why am I changing it to number format is that in number format it's going to be what? Yellow. And basically when it is less than what? 0, it is going to be what? It is going to be red. We press OK, apply, and then OK. Can you see that it has been what? They have been properly formatted. So we have the positive one as what? As green, or as the light here is as light green, and while the negative what? Values are in what? Are in red triangle. Going forward there, look at this table. We have a sales report from what's it called? Regional sales report or the state sales report. We have different locations here. We have Lagos, we have Abuja, we have Port Harcourt, Enugu, Kaduna, and the likes. Suppose we want to see January sales. Suppose we want to see January sales only. So what we need to do is to highlight this January sales, then go to conditional formatting and apply our data bars. We have the gradient fill, we have the solid fill. You can pick from any of these. I'm using the gradient fill. Now look at it that it has been highlighted. But one downside of data bar is that they really don't apply well. They are not that dynamic. So what we need to do is, alternatively, there's another powerful word, conditional formatting in Excel, that we can apply instead of these words, data bars that we have. It is called the Sparkline. It's called the Sparkline. So in order to apply this Sparkline, you will come to insert. When you come to insert, you will hear different options. You see this line chart. We see this data, yes, this line chart, win or loss, they are the spark lines. You pick this, and it's asking for the data range. The data range will be this, and the location is this. When you press OK, and you can flash fill. And it seems it's not looking so well. So let us change it to line. Can you see the words? How it appears? It is giving us the trend based on on monthly sales. So it has this style formatting that we can apply to it as well. We can apply any of these style to it. We can even say, okay, Sparkline. Do you want to change the Sparkline? You can change the Sparkline. You can even add color bars, negative points as red. It will show the negative points as as red. The markers, you see, all sorts of things you can do here. You can just come and format. You can change to column, and these rewards. This column will give you this mark negative point as red. You will see the negative point. You won't see it that clearly here. And you can also have win or loss. The win or loss will give you negative points. It won't give you. So the best you can use is, you see these low points. If you want low points, you highlight. The high points will be highlighted. All sorts of things you can do here. So this is how powerful conditional formatting is in Excel. So it is one of those essential skills in Microsoft Excel that you must possess as a data analyst. And I hope I have done justice to that.